Thuram. Mateus. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Costa Curta. Rijkaard. Mateus. Not the most accurate pass. Ribery. Mateus. And it's Seedorf.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Bastoni, still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. And Mateus. Thuram. Rijkaard. He's picked his way through. Chiesa. That's tidy. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Well read, and the danger is averted. Seedorf.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Ribery.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Belanova. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And we're off again. Both sides defensively robust up to now. He can run onto that. Now it's Hullet. Backward it goes. Lovely ball and a real chance. It's Snyder! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. Pulls it back. Has a go! And that is doing no harm at all.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Belanova. Seedorf could try cutting inside here. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Van Basten. Now this could be a... Tries a shot! And he's quick to get it clear again. And it's Thuram. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, that's well seen too. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chiesa is onto it in a flash. Belanova. Quality ball. Now it's Rafael Leao. It's a goal kick. Pullet is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Very nicely done. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Van Basten. Seedorf. Seedorf going face-to-face with his great rival. Pullet is wide and looking to get onto this. Seedorf! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Seedorf just couldn't steer it on target. Everything else was up there.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 42.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal here.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Costa Curta cuts out the pass. Lookman chasing after it. Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or...
Oh, terrible pass. Thuram. Ribéry does well to get it back. Baresi. Lookman. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now Costa Curta. And he's picked it up out wide. That's a decent clearance. Nicely weighted ball. And he can clear it away. Now it's Seedorf. That's good running with the ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
DiMarco, good purposeful running this.
Milan merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously. This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal. Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Ribery. And it's Van Basten. Schneider. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
That'll be a throw-in.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Desperate defending required here. Cut it out. Fires from distance. He's had it taken off him.
Dybala.
Gets his pass away. He's going to be disappointed with that. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. DiMarco. He's got away. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 14. Ribery.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Il numero 4. Il numero 5.
He's had it nicked away.
Attenzione, il cambio.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Lookman. Nice control. Lookman will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And they've switched it over to the other side. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, just skips past his man. It's Schneider! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Snyder actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
This their second corner of the game. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Thuram. Thuram. And it's Thuram. Rijkaard. And Bastoni. Over to the left. Di Marco. It's Hullet. Costa Curta. And it's Hullet. Sends it crossfield. Seedorf. Played in by Seedorf. Can he finish? Oh, what about that? Finally, finally, finally! A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
That's it for the first period of extra time. Yeah, it is coming down to those last 15 minutes. A truly attritional affair that has reduced both teams to near standstill. The saying goes that it only takes a moment to make a difference in this game, but you have to pose the question, is there enough left in the collective tank of either team?
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 13. Lascia il campo per il numero 19.
And so the last chance to find a winner. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? Now he's off and running.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Giroud. Chance! There's a goal! Inter are back in business. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Cambio di giocatori.
Milan can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game. And it's Van Basten. Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Costa Curta. Well, what about it? Milan are hurt by just about the final punch. Dybala is looking to set free a runner, and he's in on goal. Great hit! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it!
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Showing good feet.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Gendouzi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Now it's Hullet. Plays it in low. That's going to go a long way. Hullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Caught offside that time.
Well, Alessandro Nesta turns defence into an art form. If you like your defenders slick and quick, this is the man.
Am I right in saying he started out as a fullback?
Yeah, I think he may have begun his career as a fullback, but he became a central colossus.
And it's Van Basten. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Ronaldinho. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Neither side especially adventurous early on.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Nicely weighted ball. Mateus is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Seedorf. Schneider.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Oh, that's fabulous. Mateus, and it's Schneider. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Adriano. Now it's Hullet. Great defending, strong and determined. Ambrosini, and it's Seedorf. Milan finding their passes. Mateus. Oh, that was vital. Turns and goes back. Real chance! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Inter Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Costa Curta. Hullet. Ambrosini. 30 minutes gone. Mateus, it's Van Basten! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. McKennie. And it's Mkhitaryan.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Van Basten. Oh, he's onto this. Mateus. Taken back almost at once. Skriniar. Here's McKennie. And it's Mkhitaryan. Pass somewhat off target. Ambrosini. Oh, and he's through the middle. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Mateus. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Costa Curta. Seedorf. Costa Curta. And it's half-time here. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. Here we go again then.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And he was quick to react. Mkhitaryan. And he's looking to catch him up. Now Skriniar. McKennie. And it's Ronaldinho. Shapes to shoot! Inter Milan with the corner, they're first. Rabiot with the short one. And here's Rabiot. Ronaldinho, shot a goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. He is just caressing the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Basten. Now Costa Curta. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And he's being shifted off it. Schneider. And it's Seedorf. And here's Hullet. Now it's Van Basten. Hullet! It's run loose. Who's going to get... And another try! There's a goal! And finally, he has breathed life into the game. What a great header, got plenty on that.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Milan have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And here's Hullet. And the
shot!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter. Oh, shooting chance!
And that is one way to get his defending done. So, third corner of the game. Adriano plays it short. Adriano. Oh, it's Mkhitaryan.
Now the finish!
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Milan have the chance to go the other way.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 25.
So time for change.
Numero
And
22.
this one has been on the cards for a little
18.
while.
Numero 11. Lasciano il campo per il numero 8. Il numero 21. Il numero 14.
He could be in here.
Il numero
Just the
20.
goalkeeper to beat. Great chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Martinez deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Del Piero concedes a free kick for that. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Oh, real chance to break. Mateus, who does have an assist to his name. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the shot, and Martinez! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass. It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And here's Van Basten. Schneider!
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Del Piero. Chiesa. Header! Oh, it's there! Inter are back in business. What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Inter Milan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, without doubt, that's given the coach food for thought. Does he settle for extra time or try to go for a winner before then? Decision time.
Who saw this coming? Milan are hurt by just about the final punch. Chiesa has a goal! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, maybe the tension around this game played a part in that, because he should have put them ahead then.
pull it in acres of space out wide. McKennie. Koopmeiners.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
There will be 4 extra minutes. Pull it. And here's Van Basten. Seedorf. Koopmeiners. He won't be happy with that one. Bastoni promptly onto that, and that is that. Koopmeiners. 90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a brief breather, and then extra time. Into extra time we go. Milan pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Good pressure, determined, intense. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Costa Curta. It's run loose here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Ambrosini. Now there's a fine ball. Inter Milan can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And he's intervened well there. Ambrosini, chance here to counter. He's through here. Nesta spots it and intercepts. And it's Schneider. Seedorf. Chiesa has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. McKennie, gently done. And here's the chance to counter. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Del Piero. And here's Van Basten. And here's Van Basten. Chiesa absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Mateus finds himself offside. That's it for the first period of extra time. Yeah, it is coming down to those last 15 minutes. A truly attritional affair that has reduced both teams to near standstill. The saying goes that it only takes a moment to make a difference in this game, but you have to pose the question, is there enough left in the collective tank of either team?
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 80, Ronaldinho. Lascia il
Is there
campo
to
per
be
il
drama in these
numero
final
9.
15
Cambio di
minutes?
giocatori.
This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Del Piero. And it's the goalkeepers to claim. Ambrosini. Koopmeiners, given the lift of his goal. He's having a hit! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, at least he's not short on confidence. Trying from that sort of distance, why not?
Great ball if he can get there. Can he put it away? Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Gol per l'Inter. Ha segnato al 21esimo minuto.
Inter
dei
Milan
supplementari.
get themselves into the lead.
Numero 10.
Oh, that's tremendous. They've shown it again and again in this competition. They'll fight to the very end. You have to admire them for their spirit.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
And that was very necessary. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So their fourth corner of the game.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Just eases him off the ball.
Inter certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Well read, and the danger is averted.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Shifted upfield. Works it forward. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And here's Van Basten. And Hullet! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Pavard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Nice sequence of passes, this. And the pass is intercepted. Shapes to shoot. And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Locatelli! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
I actually like to see that in shots at goal, when there's a noticeable effort to get over the ball and keep it down.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Çalhanoğlu. Vlahovic. And the shot! Nicely aimed pass. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Battistini.
Locatelli! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
That's a good ball out wide. Pinches it off him. And here's Van Basten. Costa Curta can get it clear. Pavard. Milan still without a single shot on target. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Vlahovic! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front.
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
Inter Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Oh, it's Van Basten. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now this could be a chance.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Thuram. Cafu.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Beauty! A finish of true class! Hot knife through butter, they have done it again! That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Look, there's an awful lot that can go wrong from that range. How good was that?
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Vlahovic.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's their second corner of the game. And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And here's Vlahovic. It's run loose here. And it's Ribery. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Passing nice and neat. Passes short and sharp. Van Basten. AC Milan could counter here. Vlahovic. Might be danger here. Cafu. He's gone forward. Schneider.
Inter have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And that has been cleared. Now the ball's gone astray. And here's Schneider. Showing good feet. And here's Van Basten. And Seedorf! Decent enough try.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Hernandez. And that's another good win of the ball. He's had it taken off him. Seedorf. Pavard. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Barella. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Batistuta. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So your views on the first half?
Yeah, chins have dropped, heads are down, and half-time couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 13. Lascia il campo per il numero 3.
Here we go again.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go again.
And they win it back again. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again. Stood up well to him there. And here's Vlahovic. Oh, well played. Ambrosini, Cafu, and it's Snyder. No, he's just misjudged that one. Pavard. Inter Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb the numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition.
Now the finish! And he's found the net! And there is the big 200. Everybody reminds him what he has gone and done.
That looks like a preconceived plan.
Vlahovic! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 3 coming up. Milan are looking to go forward now. Barella. Oh, that's fabulous. Real chance! He has done it! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
Inter Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, that goal should be a big game changer. It's certainly been a big mood changer.
That comes as a mighty relief. Ribery. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Pull it. Now it's Snyder. That's really well cleared. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And he was quick to react.
Welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Vlahovic! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? In comes the terrific header. They are rampant. And they are pulling clear here.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Gol per l'Inter. Ha segnato al 71esimo minuto numero 9.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
He is through here. And he was alert to it.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. The San Siro, for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. And already we're underway here. He's gone for goal! And that's caused a worry or two.
Sneijder usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
That's really well manoeuvred. Sneijder. And here's Van Basten.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now they can spring out of defence. Ambrosini gets across to intercept that. So there's Massimo Otto, bit of an unsung hero perhaps, but...
Milinkovic-Savic! Marvellous goal! Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Sneijder. Another pass just keeps it tick. Tries a shot! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you're pegged back again.
Now who's going to be first to this? And that's been won straight back. Mateus. That is good alertness. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Thuram. That is a great pick out. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mateus cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get it. Hits one! Goal! Milan! And they get themselves in front! The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking football, and as soon as possession was theirs, it triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Thuram providing an outlet on that flank. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. It's Van Basten! Van Basten. Oh, what has happened here? And the shot! A whisker high.
Look, I'm sure he'll deny it, Peter, but the keeper didn't have that covered.
Seedorf. Oh, good ball, and this looks promising. Davids. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Mateus. Schneider. Milan look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
He's away! There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent...
And it's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
Milan take a two-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about. This is the time you need that pace.
Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now this could be a chance. He's not got that quite right. And there's the end of the first half.
Invitiamo tutti i tifosi a usare gli appositi cestini per la raccolta differenziata situati vicino all'ingresso. Grazie. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11. Lascia il campo per il numero 18. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And we're off again.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Ambrosini. And it's Van Basten. Now that's well seen too. Rafael Leao. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Van Basten. Now it's Hullet. Ambrosini wins the duel this time. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Ambrosini. And here's Van Basten. It's Van Basten! And that wasn't far away.
That's just plain unlucky. There were many, me included, who thought that was going in.
Rafael Leao going face-to-face with his great rival. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Van Basten. Dida will lay claim to that. Hullet. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want. Big chance! Moss has a go! And the ball's come loose here. Not the most accurate pass. And he's in on goal. Van Basten! They are queuing up to have a go here.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Milinkovic-Savic. And he's had it nicked away. Schneider. Rijkaard. Davids gets a foot in here. And it's Van Basten. Costa Curta gets into some space.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Seedorf, who's set up one goal so far. Thuram makes the interception. Seedorf. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Goes in for the header! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great, the potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge, because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. There's a sharp little ball here. Chance for the header! This time surely! And one more try! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. Inter Milan with the corner, there first. Tries to get it clear. And it's Rabiot. Shapes to shoot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Yeah, the pass was bang on, and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Oh, it's come loose. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Kvaratskhelia. Well, that looks a decent ball. Inzaghi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Schneider. Reinders. Looking for options for movement. He's picked his shot at goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Oh, great ball! It's Inzaghi! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Filippo Inzaghi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Mateus. He's got away. Schneider. Thuram. And it's Schneider. Thuram picks it up out wide. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Ambrosini gathers from the goal kick.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Hullet.
Inter clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Played into space out wide. No, again, there's no way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Inzaghi. Oh, can he get onto this?
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Rijkaard.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
And here's Van Basten. Kvaratskhelia. Passes coming off in quick succession here. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Schneider, Filippo Inzaghi. Oh no, it's an own goal!
I don't think he knew too much about it, Peter. It comes off him awkwardly.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That's a nicely measured pass. Face to... and the shot! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that'll be the final action of the first half.
Milan would seem to still be getting over the OG. It was an honest mistake, and they've got to move on.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Here we go again.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go again.
Played back in. Rijkaard makes the interception. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Hullet.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
That's a shade optimistic. But they've got it again. And it's Hullet. Now it's Seedorf. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Carlos Augusto, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Reinders.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Ambrosini. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Ambrosini. Well, we expected better, and so did he. It's a good spell of possession, this. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And it's Dybala. Hullet. Dybala, shot could be on.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Seedorf. That is a great pick out. De Vrij cuts it out. Rabiot. Bastoni. Carlos Augusto. And Kvaratskhelia. Carlos Augusto. Now it's Inzaghi. Kvaratskhelia. Brilliantly cut out. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Seedorf. And here's Hullet.
Milan appear determined to play through the middle again. And guess what? It's the same result.
Passes short and sharp. Oh, easy pickings there. Seedorf. Van Basten. Oh, that's neat. Cafu. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Hullet. Oh, good ball. Great chance! That's going to go a long way.
Milan really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Kvaratskhelia. And it's Seedorf. Threads one in. That is good alertness. And here's Seedorf. Dybala. Schneider. Hullet. Seedorf. Picked up. Hullet! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Reinders. Kvaratskhelia. Seedorf. Header! And he's found the net! With so little time left! Grandstand finish!
Milan clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Milan give themselves a chance. So that's it. It is all over. Milan can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, you can never predict the results of
Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great, the potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge, because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. The action has already started. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict. And he's being shifted off it. There is Franck Ribéry, just a smashing player, Jim.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see an awful lot of him out on the wing here, Peter. He'll inject an awful lot of energy and pace into this team's attack, but he's also got an eye for a killer ball. That's why he's racked up so many assists at club level.
Yeah, double figures every season is the norm for him. Great numbers.
Yeah, can't argue with stats like that.
Ambrosini, Mateus. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Deftly away. Costa Curta. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Milan, without doubt, seeing more of the ball and looking to turn it now into something meaningful. Van Basten! Now, oh, he's been caught napping. And another try! Goal! Milan! 200. It's the goal they all came to see. What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Lookman. And here's Vlahovic. Vlahovic! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
Turan. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Look, it's a run defence is dislike, but the timing has to be spot on. Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Seedorf. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. It's a good spell of possession, this. That's good play. He's had it taken off him. Mkhitaryan did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Ambrosini. And Bastoni. Costa Curta. Martinez. Not the most accurate pass. Ambrosini. Schneider, who's set up one goal so far. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, they can break here. And it's Schneider. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's got the shot away!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
But they've got it again. Martinez producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. DiMarco.
OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Seedorf. And it's Rijkaard. Ambrosini. And it's Sneijder. And Hullet! Magnificent! A finish of true class! And this is getting better and better.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Milan are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now.
And the whistle goes for half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first-half success with another show of strength?
And it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. Milan sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 23, numero 9. Lasciano il campo per il numero 5, il numero 18.
Mkhitaryan charging forward, the ball at his feet. He's got to be in, and the shot! He's missed, but not by that far. Lookman, Ashlani, Mateus, and it's Van Basten. Pavard gets over and intercepts. Ribéry! Just a whisker away. Mateus, Ambrosini, Hullet, Van Basten, and he welcomes it in. Shapes to shoot! Now Costa Curta.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, it's Seedorf. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's got away. Lookman driving forwards. Nicked it back promptly. Seedorf. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Time and again they are repelled. Sneijder. Costa Curta. Thuram. Turns back here, probably the best option. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Seedorf. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van Basten looks to get on the end of this. Vertegen. Schneider did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Schneider looking to get on the end of this. And it's Seedorf. Seedorf's delivering. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 11.
Inter Milan have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution.
Il numero 20.
And he was quick to react. Calhanoglu. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Nicely aimed pass. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Calhanoglu. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mateus. And that is as far as they're going to go. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Costa Curta. Seedorf. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Inter Milan have reclaimed it. Bastoni. Nice, he's had a hit! There's a goal! Back to within one! Interesting!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Inter Milan get themselves back into contention.
I think they've done so well to get back in it, but it's important now that they don't become over-eager in chasing another. They only need one more chance. Patience is key.
Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Milan close now to seeing this one through to the end. Passes short and sharp. Good read, needed to be. Zielinski, there's the hit! Big relief, it just needed better contact. And it's Seedorf. Played out wide. Now it's Van Basten. And Hullet! This time, surely! And that may well be that. That is that. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying... Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? The action has already started. He's found a way through. Can he get away here? Musiala. Muller. Real chance! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Yeah, I think for them to get their noses in front away from home is brilliant, but these home fans will demand a response.
There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Bayern Munich head into the dressing room pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
And we're off again.
Bayern Munich definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Bayern Munich have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Bayern Munich really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have gotten the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
Volunteers for each block, please report to the staff
Thank you
room
very much,
immediately.
Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. So 70,000 and more.
Chance! He scored! Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Yeah, the pass was bang on, and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Because of that first goal now, it's a great opportunity to make it one-way traffic and add to this lead.
the first half is done. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Bayern Munich, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Bayern Munich really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Müller. De Ligt. That's that, the end. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Bayern Munich really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.
So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, magic of this game, this is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. The great team, the people's team, that is what Corinthians have come to be called over the years. And this, of course, is the ultimate sanctuary for those who only see black and white. Stood up well to him there. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. Oh, what a climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Shifted upfield. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Has a go! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Neymar. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, nice touch. Out to the left it goes. He's had a shot! Oh, that is really good tenacity. Keeper's dealt with that. He's had a hit! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, we can't question the quality of the run. He'll have to answer for the rest.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, sweet feet.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And it's Neymar, just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Caught offside that time. He's had it nicked away.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Played back in. Nice sequence of passes this. And that is expertly dealt with. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's very neat. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Big header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Neymar. Spread it left. Oh, that's a key interception. Neymar.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Neymar finds himself offside. Shifted it to the flank. That is a superb rearguard action. Deflected behind for a corner kick. They've played it short.
Well played and well cleared.
And the pass is intercepted. Strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Decent chance! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. So your views on the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Great hit! Quality ball. Always onto this. And the flag has stayed down. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
He is just caressing the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Neymar. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Goalkeeper's ball.
Público presente
It is
na
still
partida de
anyone's
hoje.
game, 0-0.
60.810 espectadores.
Ah, it's a sweet ball, that. It's a goal kick. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Substituição.
Saravia. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ball's gone out of play. And he can clear it away. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Substituição em andamento.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And here's Neymar.
Oh, really well played.
He's picked his way through.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking for options for movement. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Corinthians are still in search of that breakthrough goal. Now it's Neymar. Threads one in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
That's good play. Great chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. Pinches it off him.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
He's shifting through the gears here.
It's Neymar! Goal! And you can't but admire that from a player from whom we expect to come to the fore at crucial moments. Doing it, however, is another matter, and his influence just grows and grows. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Corinthians take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. No question, this is the man you want to get on to the end of things.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Good work on the right flank here. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, important interception. It's a quick ball upfield. And that will be it. Corinthians have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Neymar, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Corinthians leave it late, but in the end, it was great.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, it is far from being the biggest in Brazil, this stadium. The capacity barely 16,000 or so, but there is really nothing quite like the noise and the highly charged air that these demanding Santos folk can generate. So off we go then. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So, I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's...
Just the goalkeeper's... Can he finish? Goal! Corinthians! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
That is just the top drawer finish. He was always in control and couldn't have placed it any better.
Corinthians penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And the counter is on. That looks a good ball through. And he's in on goal. Oh, shooting chance! They've done it! 2-0 and in next to no time.
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
Corinthians are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And the shot! Corinthians have their opponents right where they want them, and we've barely begun. Neymar delivering the goods as expected.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Great position here. Neymar. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And no, he's seen through all of that.
This is the time you need that pace.
Veron, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There will be a throw-in. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he welcomes it in. Luan Perez did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Veron. That's going to go a long way. But they've got it again. No, he's just misjudged that one. Saravia. Ooh, perfectly measured that. He's there and gets it away. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He could be in here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Aimed beyond the defence. He's found a way through. And here's a chance. An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
No, he refuses to take the bait. Veron. Spread out to the left. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So your views on the first half?
Corinthians are 2 up and everything is shaping nicely. The only criticism, it could have been 3.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. Corinthians in control at half-time, 2-0. And we are back on the way. And it's Neymar. Veron.
Such good technique.
In comes the corner. Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good-looking ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Corinthians are 2 up early in the second half. And he's got the... has a shot! Magnificent! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they are cruising away. You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, I just thought he made great use of his upper body there. It would have taken something really special to keep that out.
Corinthians find a position of real strength now. Fiddles it through. Pressing high and with purpose. So we've reached the hour mark. Back into the middle. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Played out to the left flank. Luan Perez. And it's played forward. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Pass is just off target.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, this defence now knows that they have...
There's the hit! And he's quick to get it clear again. Neymar. Gives it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
And he's gone looking for safety. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Neymar. Can he get away here? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Camisa 21. Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 8.
Veron. Veron. Neymar. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Rincon. Oh, they could break here. Corinthians are coasting towards victory. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
He's had it taken off him.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Santos are making a change now.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Now it's Neymar. Oh, strongly challenged there. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. And it's Neymar. Look at the space and the finish! And it's there!
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Gol marcado para o Corinthians. Aos 44 minutos do segundo tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 23.
So now the difference is 3. Veron. Gently done. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. There will be 4 extra minutes. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Corinthians can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Corinthians really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.